guys, my name is Kaushik and welcome back to Lambda Test. In this video, we're going to learn what is Jenkins and how we can use that. We'll also learn how to do the setup for Jenkins, and we'll see few Maven commands and how to set up that in our existing Maven project. And also we'll do a project setup in the Jenkins console. And then followed by we'll learn how to schedule a job using Jenkins. So what is Jenkins? Jenkins is an open source platform that is used by developers and the DevOps teams to create and execute the test as an automated software. It is a tool that supports CI and CD, that means continuous integration and continuous development. As an automation engineer, how we use Jenkins in the sense like we have to schedule our jobs in the Jenkins portal. For example, let's say that we want to execute our test in a daily basis, or maybe based on a periodic. For example, let's say that I want to run early morning 4 a.m. and then again I want to execute all my tests in the night like 10 p.m. Of course, I can achieve that with the help of Jenkins. So it's going to act as a scheduler for us. So let's see how to do the installation. So if you go to the official website jenkins.io, there is a button called download. Click on that, and there are multiple options are there for like we have this regular releases which will be released weekly, and then we have this LTS. Go with the LTS because that will have like minimum bug and also it will be stable to use. And there are multiple ways to install the Jenkins. You can download the Windows exe file and you can install in your system. Also, you can use the Kubernetes, Docker and few other things as well. But I will recommend you to go with the WAR file. What is WAR file in the sense like it's a Java archive file, but it is for web. Okay, so that is what WAR, web archive file. So click on this Java generic Java package, and it will ask you to download will be prompt. So once downloaded, you can use that file, of course. So the download is completed. Now let's go into the folder. So here you can see like we have a file called jenkins.var, right? So I'm going to bring up my command prompt in this particular location. So go to the address bar and type like cmd. That will give you this particular command prompt. So we'll learn how to extract the var file and use this. But before that, two preconditions are there. Make sure you have the Java. So if I give like Java dash version, it will, in my case it's 11. If you have the 11 version, that is recommended. Don't use the latest version like 20 or something. Just go with the 11. That is really good. Okay, and also you should have the Maven dash version dash v, I guess, Maven. So Apache Maven you should be installed. Any version is fine, but yeah, go with the 3.9 or similar. Okay, and if you're not getting both this, then probably watch the first video in this particular playlist where I have mentioned how to install the JDK as well as the Maven. Okay, now we are going to extract the var file, and that will come as a web application for us. Okay, and it will be served in the local host. Jenkins basically use the concept like server side, that is like Apache Tomcat, to act our machine as a server. Okay, generally we don't use Jenkins in our office machine or your personal machine because it will consume a lot of memory. It is mostly deployed to our server machine, or maybe like you can also host in AWS or Google console, wherever you want. Okay, but definitely not in our machine. We are doing this just for our learning purpose, and mostly we don't do the installation as well. If you are lucky, you can do that, but mostly DevOps team will take care of that. What we exactly do is basically we just give our local project path, or maybe the GitHub project path, and we will just do the scheduling. Okay, I will talk about that in a moment. So first of all, you have to give like java dash jar, then followed by jenkins.var. Okay, so this is the command to run your Jenkins, and it runs in the port number called 8080, localhost 8080. MySQL or SQL also run in the same port number like 8080. So if you already have the same, like the SQL is there, 8080 might not work for you. So you have to change the port, which is very easy. I will attach a video graphics here, you can see it. For the first time, it will take few minutes to extract all the files and execute the var file. So you have to see the console. So this is basically our consoles. Here you'll see something like Jenkins is fully up and running. So in my case here, you can see like we got the message. Then go to your browser and type like localhost, then followed by colon 8080. 8080 is the default port number, and of course we can change that. So here you can select, first of all it will say like unlock Jenkins. That means you have to get the password to unlock it, and password is available in this location. You can copy that, go to new tab and paste it and click enter. You will get the secret key. Copy that and come back here and paste. Okay, that's it, very simple. I repeat, you have to copy this location, open in a new tab, you will get the secret key, copy that and paste over here, then click on continue. And of course I want to save this password, so I'll just name it, username should be like admin, and this is the password, update password. Save in your browser. Of course it's my personal, so I can do that. And then we have two options, install suggested plugin or plugin. We can select and install. I'll go the default one, install suggested plugins, which will be easy for us, and it will take few minutes based on your system capabilities and your internet speed. So wait and see for the result. But just in case, because of any network issue or some other issue, if any of the one is getting failed, no need to worry about it. It's commonly known issue. We can install that plugin separately if that is our requirement. Okay, so here you can see like already Git is there. If you are going to run your test script from the GitHub repository, then of course we need this. And also we have like Ant and Gradle as a project setup, but of course we are going to use the Maven, so we have to install the Maven plugin separately. I will tell you how to do that. Okay, so the installation is done. All the suggested plugins are installed. Now you'll get two options. One is like save and continue, where you have to create a admin user. In my case, this is just the system I'm going to use, so I'll just click on skip and continue as admin. And it will ask you whether you want to continue with the same 8080 port number or you want to change it for future use. I will go with the same, so let's click on this save and finish. Now our Jenkins is ready, we can start using it. So this is how we have to install the Jenkins, and so it's very simple. Just you have to download the var file, and you have to extract it with the help of command java-jar, then followed by the file name. And make sure your console, this Windows command prompt, is going to run in the background. If we close this, obviously it will terminate the session and localhost will not work. Now we are going to use the Maven project. So to use the Maven project, we have to install the Maven dependencies. Maven plugin in the Jenkins. So if you go to the manage Jenkins, and there you can see something like plugins. Okay, go to the plugins and click on this available plugin and search for Maven, and you will see this Maven integration. Click on the checkbox and click on this install. And if you scroll to the bottom, you can see like Maven integration, along with that few other dependencies. Plugins are also getting added. Success, that means of course we are ready to go now. Okay, now let's go to the dashboard. Before creating a job is nothing but a project. For example, when we do our initial setup in the Playwright, of course we go to file, we click on this new, and then followed by Maven project, right? Similarly, in the world of Jenkins, every project is known as a job. Okay, now in the script level, we have to do one changes. For example, we know that we have this we have added this dependencies where we have testng and the Playwright, correct? Similarly, in the plugin, in the build within the plugin, we have like Apache compiler, and now I have added this plugin, which is Surefire plugin. Okay, what is the use of this? In the sense like we have this testng.xml file where we have mentioned our test case along with the package name, right? So I want to trigger my XML with the help of Maven commands. Like you can have multiple Maven goals, right? So Maven clean is there, Maven test is there, deploy is there. So mostly we are going to use the clean and the deploy. Okay, so if you go to your pom.xml, so here we have added this new plugin where I'm saying like this is my XML file, use this XML file and trigger the test. What is the benefit of this Surefire plugin? In the sense like mostly we execute all our tests from the Eclipse, right? But if you don't have the Eclipse, or of course in the Jenkins we don't have to use the Eclipse, just we have to use the code, right? So in that case this is very helpful. For example, if I go to this System Explorer, if I open this in a System Explorer and go inside my project, and here you can see like this is where my pom.xml file is there, right? So in the address bar, give this command, open the command prompt and then say mvn then followed by clean. So this will delete all your target folder, like it will clear all your pre-compiled Java file. Then I can say like mvn then followed by test. Mvn test is basically Maven goal. What it will do means it will go to the pom.xml file and it will try to download any dependencies if there is any missing, and then it will start the test cases. For here you can see like it's running all the test and it's saying like running test suite, and then we got a failure. Let's see why we got failure. And it says like authorization either username or access key is invalid. That means we are, of course we are running on the Lambda test cloud platform, right? So of course I have to give the credentials. Let me go and get that. So if I go to the Lambda test platform, if I go within my profile account setting, and if I go to the password and security, and this is my access key, this is my username. Let me copy my access key and go back to this guy, and let's go and see. So this is where we give the access key. Let's copy and paste. Now let's go back to our terminal and let me clear the screen and let me run it once again. So if I go to the Lambda test dashboard now, the automation, okay, so if you go to the build, you can see like it's already started to execute, right? So that's it, pretty cool. Now we are able to run our test script with the help of Maven commands and of course the testng without the help of Eclipse, right? Now we can go and create a job. That means of course it's a project. So you can click on this create a job, or also you can go to the new item and then followed by here you have to select the Maven project, and of course you have to select the name. Let's say that we want to select like Playwright daily build project, okay, something like that. If you're using TypeScript or JavaScript, you can go with the freestyle. Since already we are using this Maven project, we can click on this Maven project and click on this OK button. So here if you want to give some description, of course you can give. So for example, let's say that some meaningful message that you are going to understand. And we have few other things as well. I will just leave this as it is. And if your source code is in the GitHub, you can probably use the Git, and here you can give your repository URL. In our case, it's not there in the Git yet, so let's ignore this. Okay, and then here we have something related to the environment, something related to the build triggers. We'll come back to this build triggers in a bit. Okay, now if you have any preconditions, you can probably do that. And here I have to give the root. So So here I have to say where is my project. Okay, so for example, my project is basically within this folder, not this one, this. So let me copy the URL and then I can paste over here, I guess. Okay, and then I have to give the goal. So let me give the goal as test. Okay, and yeah, that's it, I guess. Okay, let's go and save this. And it basically works based on the scheduler, so we have to build the trigger based on the time it will work. But for now, just to show you the demo, I'm going to click on this build now. That means we are triggering it manually, and here you can see like we have this, and which is of course a failure. So if I go to the console output, it says like building in workspace, and it says like Maven installation is not available. Okay, so basically we have Maven in our machine, but not that is understandable to the Jenkins. So go to the dashboard and then go to manage Jenkins. I guess we have to go within the tools. So basically we have to set the JDK and the Maven. Okay, so for example, here you can select Maven configuration. So here we will select the second option, setting files in file system, and here we have to give the path. So if you remember, we have our, what we call that, Apache Maven within the C drive, and here and here, and yeah, this is the path, I guess. So here we have to give this one. Not sure if we have to include the bin as well. So path to settings.xml. Okay, anyway, I think this is fine, or else we'll come back and fix it one more time. Sorry, this is not the place, so we'll just use default setting. Go to the last, and here you can select Maven installation. So click on this add Maven, and here we can give any name. Let's name it like Maven, and install automatically, just uncheck, and here we have to give the Maven home. So just copy and paste this one. Okay, now click on apply. Similarly, we have to apply the we have to add the JDK as well. So if you go to this JDK, let's name it like JDK and Java home. So similarly, I can go to my C folder, program files, and it should be in 86, I guess. Yeah, no. So if you go to the Java and JDK 11, and this is the home. Okay, just copy and paste over here. Okay, since it's asking the home, we don't have to include the bin. Okay, if it's asked for the path, then we have to add the bin. Okay, now apply and click on save. Okay, so that's it. Two configurations. You have to go to the tools, and if you go scroll down, first of all, of course, Maven installation, and then followed by the JDK. Okay, if you have Git, of course, you have to give the Git URL, Git path as well, but for now it's fine for us. Okay, now we have already set up, so let's go and build it once again. So here you can select Playwright daily build, it's running again, and second time also it's getting failed actually. So let's go to the console output. It's still running. So yeah, here you can select all our tests are running. Now if you go to the Lambda test website, it should come by now, I guess. Let's refresh and check. Yeah, you can see there is another build in the queue. Okay, so that is how we have to use our Jenkins. So basically what I have done is I have taken the local path and then I have triggered, but in real time we don't do that. We have to push our code to the GitHub, and from the GitHub we have to give the path. That's going to be very simple. Probably I can do and show to you. Okay, so I'm just going to copy all my files and I'm going to upload to my GitHub. So let's go to the github.com. I have to do the two-factor authentication, but I'm using my mobile right now as a camera, so probably I will add that maybe later. But it's very simple. Just you have to give your GitHub public URL, repository URL. That's it. Okay, so yeah, that will be easy. I hope you can do it. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me in the comments. Now let's learn the important things, that is how to schedule it, right? So if you go to this Playwright build, and here we have this configure, right? So if you go to the configure again, and if you go to this build triggers, so there are different ways to trigger a build. For example, whenever there's a push or merge into your GitHub repository, of course you can execute that. If you want to run based on a time, you can use this build periodically. That means whatever the time we are going to give, based on that it's going to run. Okay, so there's a format to do the configuration. So for example, it should be like minute, hour, date of the month, and date of the week. Okay, so the time is right now it's 10:51 a.m. Let's say that we want to run by 10:53. Okay, so first of all it will be like 53 minutes and then hour, so it's basically 0 to 23, so it's 10 now. Yeah, and then followed by date of the month. So I want to run on all the days. I will use the star, and all the weeks and all the month as well. Okay, so date of the month, date. If you have any particular requirement, probably you can give that as well, but mostly we'll try to run each and every day. And there are also, let me apply and save this first, and it's saying warning like instead of this use this, which is fine for now, I guess. Yeah, and also like you can have based on configuration. For example, in my project we execute the test in weekly basis. We don't want to run in Saturday or Sunday. On the weekends we don't want to execute, we run from weekdays. So to configure that, there are some formulas as well. For example, if you want to run every 15 minutes, you can give like this one, h/15 and followed by ****. And similarly, if you want to run only on weekdays, you can give something like 1 to 5, that means Monday to Friday, something like that. Okay, so also you can configure based on the time zone, and a lot of things are there, you can do that. Okay, so we are going to trigger this on 53. So let's go to the dashboard, let's see if it's going to work or not. So time is currently almost 53. Let's wait few seconds. Okay, so the time is 53 point some seconds, and you can see like a build is started. So if I go to the build, and if you click on this, you can see like console output. If you click on this, you can see what is exactly happening. And if you go to the Lambda test website, and here you can see like we have a queue and the test started to running. Okay, so this is the basic configuration how we can use our Jenkins and the Playwright, and also with the Lambda test. Okay, so one thing I missed is GitHub, but I hope you will really find it. That's going to be really easy. Doesn't not that much tough, I will say. Yeah, so that's it. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me in the comment. I'll be happy to reply. Let's take a quick recap. So first of all, we have to do the changes in the code level. So if you go to your testng.xml file, you can include all your test files. As of now, I have only one. In the upcoming videos, I will add few more tests as well. So you can add your package and your tests, and that should be executed with the help of pom.xml. And here I'm getting some error. I can just go and clean this guy. That should work fine. Yeah, so here we have all the dependencies. Similarly, already we have the Maven compiler. Now we have added this Surefire. Surefire plugin will connect your pom.xml, your Maven project, to your XML testng file, and it will, from there it will start the execution. Okay, so this is where we have said like, where is my XML file? Then what we have done is no more code changes. Even without the help of Eclipse, we can run our test now because we have this Maven configured. So if you go to your project, most of the people do the mistakes like they open the command prompt in some other location. Always go into your project, and if you see this pom.xml file or pom file, then you have to open your command prompt in that particular location. So if you go to the address bar and if you type cmd, command prompt will be there. Then you can say like maven clean or maven test, or if you have to perform any other goals like maven deploy or install, of course you can do that. Then go to Jenkins website, download the Jenkins war file, do the installation. Very pretty, very simple. And then we have to create a project. That means in terms of Jenkins, we have to create a job. Once the job is done, I mean, you have to give your GitHub project URL or your local project URL, and you can use the build triggers. You can give the time, and that's it. Pretty much simple. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon.